The reason your 8-hour workday produces nothing has nothing to do with discipline. You can be motivated, organized, and still end the day with zero real progress. Because the real problem hides in the gaps between your work. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to make 3 hours produce what 10 scattered hours never will. If this stings, good, it should. Because every productive habit you've built is actually training you to stay shallow. Right now, you're not bad at focus. You're overloaded. Notifications, open tabs, half-finished tasks, and quick checks keep pulling you off target. That's why deep work feels impossible and time management feels like a joke. Every open loop is a tiny alarm your brain keeps trying to silence. Monk mode is a short focused season where you remove noise so your mindset can breathe. And the turning point today is one system change that makes distraction inconvenient, even when you're tired. Here's the trap. You finally get a free block, you sit down, and you waste the first hour getting ready. You clear messages, tidy files, open 10 tabs for research, and tell yourself it's productive. But it's just the clean version of procrastination. Then a small interruption hits. You switch tasks, and the block fractures into scraps. By the time you start the real work, you're tense, rushed, and already drained. A longer day won't save you. A cleaner block will, every time. This is the counterintuitive part most people miss. Your brain doesn't get tired from working. It gets tired from switching. Every switch has a cost. You reload context, remember what mattered, and fight the urge to escape again. So when you work all day, you're often just paying switching fees. You're not moving the project forward. You're recovering from interruptions you volunteered for. If your phone can reach you, everyone can reach you. That's why 3 hours can beat 10. Not because you work harder, because you stay in one lane long enough to go deep. So we're going to build a container that forces depth. I call it the Vault Protocol. It's not a mindset trick. It's a structure that makes output unavoidable. The Vault Protocol has 3 levers. Cut inputs, narrow the target, force continuity. Lever 1 is cutting inputs because inputs create decisions, and decisions create fatigue. If your phone is in the room, your attention is on probation. Not face down, not silent, not, I won't check. Out of the room. Then you shut down every channel that can deliver someone else's priorities into your head. Email closed. Messaging apps logged out. Notifications off. If you can't turn something off, make re-entry annoying. The goal is simple. When the itch hits, there's nowhere to go. You are not building focus. You are removing exits. Now lever 2. Narrow the target. Most people don't lose their day to laziness. They lose it to vague work. Be productive is not a target. Work on my project is not a target. Those are permissions to wander. Before the block starts, write one sentence. By the end of this block, I will finish. Finish, not touch. If the task is too big, define a deliverable you can point to. Outline completed. First draft done. 10 applications sent. Problem set finished. Recorded and uploaded. Something that exists outside your head. This is where your output starts compressing. Because you stop paying the "what should I do next" tax every 10 minutes. Here's what nobody tells you. The first 20 minutes of any block feel like punishment. That's not a focus problem. That's your brain in withdrawal from dopamine. If you can ride out that 20 minutes, the rest becomes easier. Now lever 3, force continuity. Your brain needs time to sink below the surface. If you keep starting and stopping, you never reach depth. So you don't do 10-minute sprints. You do runs long enough to break the urge to escape. Here's the rhythm that works for almost anyone. 50 minutes of pure work. 10 minutes of off-screen recovery. Repeat 3 times. During the 50, the only question is, what's the next sentence, the next step, the next move? During the 10, you don't scroll. You let your nervous system drop. Water, walk, stretch, breathe, then back in. 3 hours wins because it stays in one lane. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. You sit down for your Vault protocol block and your brain immediately panics. It starts pitching urgent side quests. Check email so you're not missing anything. Look up one more example. Fix your calendar. Clean your desktop. Anything except the hard part. That panic is not a sign you're broken. It's a sign you're finally asking your brain to do one thing at a time. Stay inside the run long enough and the panic collapses. Then the work stops feeling heavy, and you get that rare feeling you've been chasing. Traction. Here's the before and after shift. Before, 10 hours of busy, 100 starts, and nothing finished. After, 3 hours where you ship one real deliverable, then you stop. You don't need to work longer when you're actually moving. Now we make it practical for your life. The biggest sabotage isn't during the block. It's the hour before the block. If you start your Vault protocol block after you've already been hit by other people's demands, you'll enter scattered. So place it where the world can't touch you yet. For most people, that means the first usable window of the day. Not because mornings are magical, but because fewer hooks are set. If mornings aren't possible, do it immediately after your last mandatory obligation, before you sit down for a second. That tiny break is where your day disappears. And don't overbuild this. The setup should take 2 minutes. Clear desk, water ready, 1 page in front of you with the deliverable sentence. Timer set. Begin. When your ritual is simple, you stop negotiating. Now let's address the fear you're already feeling. What if you miss a day? What if you break the streak? What if life interrupts? Recovery beats perfection. If you miss the block, don't punish yourself with a chaotic marathon. Schedule the next Vault protocol block within 24 hours, even if it's shorter. The skill isn't never missing. The skill is returning fast. That's how discipline becomes structural instead of emotional. To lock this in, you need one metric that can't be argued with. Not hours worked, not effort. Finished deliverables. At the end of the block, write 2 lines. What did I finish? What is the first step next time? Those 2 lines eliminate the "where was I" problem that steals your first 30 minutes. They also make tomorrow feel obvious instead of heavy. Now here's the promise you came for. If you run this 3 times a week for 14 days, your output will spike. Not because you found motivation, because you removed switching, removed exits, and forced depth. You'll have fewer productive days and more finished work. And that's the only kind of productivity that changes your life. In the comments, write day 1, 3 hours, and the exact time you're starting your first block this week. Reply to 1 other person and lock it in together. Next episode, Monk Mode Study. Sprint, 7 days to exam. Clarity, how to turn scattered studying into calm, repeatable results under pressure. Train your mind, and your life will follow.